When we talk about the relative atomic mass of an element, we always say that it is a weighted average of the isotopes of that element. But what is a weighted average? Let's take an example. There are two isotopes of chlorine, chlorine-35 and chlorine-37. Each of these isotopes has the mass shown, and we can see that they have different numbers of neutrons by subtracting the atomic number from the mass number for each isotope. The average of the two masses will be 36, but of course it would only make sense to use this simple average to represent all the isotopes of chlorine if chlorine-35 and chlorine-37 were equally abundant. This is rarely the case with isotopes, however. In the case of chlorine here, chlorine-35 has an abundance of 75% and chlorine-37 has an abundance of 25%. In other words, 3 in 4 chlorine atoms are chlorine-35 and 1 in 4 chlorine atoms is chlorine-37. If we are to represent all chlorine atoms with a single mass then, we have to take these abundances into account. This means that our weighted average, or our relative atomic mass, will be closer to 35 than to 37 when we factor in the abundances. We find that chlorine has a relative atomic mass of 35.5. This is found by the calculations shown. To see more samples of our materials like this, specifically designed for Leaving Cert Chemistry, register now for free.